Welcome, crew. This is our Tuesday 9 a.m. live workout, and we are going to be doing a 15-minute super shoulder workout. Go ahead and find some space. I'm just getting one thing set. There we go. Now we're ready. And I did put in the description, I would love if you had a towel. We're going to be using it for a couple movements. Other than that, just body weight. And hello, everybody coming in live. Today's going to be a really important session because it's going to help support all the workouts that we do, because the joints that we have on our bodies are so pivotal in helping us execute really great form. So we have our hips video. This is going to be specific for our shoulders today. And we're going to start real quick by just hitting a little bit of heat building in the body. So take your arms out to the side, circle them forward. I'm also going to be doing some shoulder airplanes, and it's going to kind of serve as a mobility test for you. Go ahead and circle them backwards. There we go. And when I say test, I mean you want to see where you're at today, and then anytime you continue to do this, you're going to be able to check in and see where your mobility is going to. All right, take it front and back, just opening up the chest and the back. And also notice I am doing this barefoot. I tend to like to do my mobility barefoot, so I have a little bit more grounding. Certainly you can do this with shoes, of course. It's not a requirement. Okay, shoulder airplanes are up next. So I'm just going to turn so you can see. What you're going to do is sweep those arms behind your back. Notice my bottom hand rotates out, and I'm going to try to touch my fingertips behind my back, and then go ahead and switch. Rotate those palms again, and try to reach my fingertips on the other side. Now, because this is a challenging move, I want you to go slow, and I want you to take note of which side you can actually touch. Maybe another side you can't. It's okay. We tend to have some imbalances in each sides of our body. And just keep sweeping through, both warming up the body and testing it out. Now, another thing I want to mention is I want you to keep your abs super tight. So what I don't want to see is you're trying to get to touch your fingertips and you're arching. So you want to really pull in, zip up through the core, and keep sweeping side to side. Now, this is a challenging move. I'm also going to just kind of put it out there. Don't get frustrated. When you're doing check-ins or when you're just doing mobility in general, if you're not quite where you're at, where you want to be at today, give me one more each direction. Just see it as an opportunity to focus on it and get better at it. Good. All right, from here, chest, and then we're going to start getting a little rotator involvement. So just press those elbows forward. You see me do this a lot in some of our upper body warm-ups. So open the chest and then sink forward. My hands stay behind my back and I'm pressing my elbows forward, stretching through the rotator. Great job. Give me two more. Go at a nice pace. And then we're going to grab that towel if you have access to it. If not, you can do this with body weight also. But the next stretch we're going to do, and I didn't even say good morning to you in the chat. Hi, A. Logan. Hi, Joseph. Hi, Sharon. All right, go ahead and grab your towel. Now, I want you to go with a wider grip on your towel. You can also use a strap, a bar, anything, but we're going to use this to open up the chest. You're going to go really slow, bring those arms overhead. Again, keeping the abs tight. That's why I turn to the side. Level 1, you're going to bend your elbows and then come back in front. Once you feel like you have a little bit more range of motion, you can go all the way back. And now we're truly getting a super stretch through shoulders, chest. Good. And I just want you to give me a couple circles all the way back and forward. Awesome job. Reach behind. And this is also, as I mentioned, serving as kind of a heat builder because we are going to be doing mobility. And as you know, mobility is both stretch and strength. So we're actually going to be really working the muscle also. Give me two more. Nice stable base. Check in on all those points. Core tight, chin tucked. Good. Give me your last one here. Perfect. And just for a little bit more heat building, land with those arms overhead. I just want you to take a step back. You're just going to give me some side bends. So bending towards the side of your front knee and then switch. It's not really a lunge. I just want a staggered stance and a little bit of a side bend. You're also getting a stretch through your lats. You should feel that. Good. Just feels good. Find that stable base. Side reach. One more, each direction. Then we're going to come down to the floor and we're going to go into a little bit more mobility in a supine position that, just like your shoulder airplanes, will also serve. Go ahead and come all the way down. Shake it out. We are going to use this in a little bit, so you can set that to the side. This is also going to serve as kind of our shoulder airplanes, a little bit of range of motion check-in and mobility. So come on down to the floor with me. On your back, starting with one side, I want you to bring that arm out to 90 degrees. So 90 degrees coming out directly from your shoulder, and then come up straight. Now I like to close my fist. You want your palm of your hand to be pointing forward, and then I want to just press back. So we're going to test a little external rotation and internal rotation. So coming all the way back, keep your head up. Just come back. Now try not to lift the back of your shoulder off the floor. So we're just moving through this range of motion. And again, you want everything to stay in position. And you might notice that it's a little bit harder than when you're just letting everything go, right? And I just want 5 reps, and then we're going to go the opposite direction, then we'll switch hands. Now from here, go ahead and internally rotate. So pressing down. Now I'm looking at you. I want you to be looking straight up, tuck your chin, and truly moving through the range of motion on this first lead side. Conveniently, I started with my more limited range of motion shoulder. So my next side's going to be a little bit better. Good. And finish your last one. Again, just about 5 movements, and then we're going to switch. So I'm just going to turn around so I am still facing you. So switch arms, same thing, getting that great positioning. 90 degrees, so right out from my shoulder. Start with external rotation, so coming back. Notice how it feels. Notice your range of motion. And then this is going to be something that you get to check in with every time you do this session, which I do encourage. And this can even be a really great 15-minute extra warm-up for your shoulders for any upper body workout. All right. Finish your last one. Go ahead and go for internal. So pressing down. And I'm curious, what are you, and you don't have to tell me now because I know you're moving, but what are you guys noticing in your shoulder? You might have a little bit less range of motion on one side than the other, which now you're aware of. Maybe you are realizing the limitations and the opportunity you have to unlock more mobility in your shoulder. Good. Finish your last one. Awesome job. And now we're going to go into a prone position. So this is kind of a super shoulder mobility mover. I love this. Many of you guys have done this with me before, but I'm going to add a little bit of a tweak to it. So I want you to have enough space. Forehead is going to be on your mat or on the floor, and I want you to start with your hands behind your back. So kind of like the rotator stretch we did, hands are on top of each other, palms towards the ceiling. Now drop your elbows towards the floor. You're going to feel that really great stretch through the rotator. Now I want you to lift the elbows up and kind of listen to my cues as we guide through this. So raise those palms off your back. And now I want you to come out, and you're going to think of a really big scoop. So my palms are still up towards the ceiling, sweeping out to the side, the biggest range of motion I can find. When you get parallel to the floor, perpendicular to your body, I want you to go ahead and rotate and now flip the palms, reach overhead, and give me a nice extension. Now place those elbows on the floor and tap the palms or the fingertips towards the upper back. Now we're going to go back the way we came, lift the elbows off the floor, come all the way out, sweeping nice and big. When you get perpendicular to your body, go ahead and flip. So you flip in that T position, then come all the way back, palms up towards the ceiling, hands on your back, and now lower the elbows towards the floor. We just did a really slow guided movement through that. Now we're going to do 3 more, and I want you to go at a pace that feels good to you, but really keeping that nice dedicated big sweep, reach. Feel every degree as you move those arms through this range of motion. So I want you to give me 3 full sweeps. And then we're going to actually go into some more exercises that are going to help your shoulder joint. Woo, you should feel that heat starting to build, yes?
Keep it up. Notice all the different points of this movement, what feels the tightest. And that's going to help you identify both how you're improving every time you do this session and where you can make the improvement as you're working on it.
Good, keep going. I just want you to finish your last one. This session feels very different, right? Usually it's go, go, go. Now we're like slow down, move through it. Very nice work. Okay, so as you're finishing that last one, just gently come up and we're gonna sink into a child's pose. And I just want you to hold there. So opening up through the armpits, through the lats. And I'm gonna give us a little bit of thoracic rotation before we go back into that prone position. I'm just gonna take you up high so we have a little bit of a higher view. So thread the needle. This is great because it stretches through the rear delt, stack the arms on top, and switch. So I just want you to go through maybe 3 to 4 each side, just feeling the rotation, and it gives your body a little bit of a break because I know that was very heat building. So 3 to 4 each direction. And then we're going to come back into a prone position. So the next series of movements, we're actually going to be working on strengthening and a little bit of isometric holds because I'm not starting us with any equipment. So this is just going to be body weight. Good. One more each direction, please. Finish your last one. And then come back down to that prone position. And we're going to start off with, and I'm going to say start off because we're going to be doing more of these sessions, but this is kind of where I want us to focus on right now. So come back into that prone position, arms up overhead. And now I want you to bring those elbows down to a 90-degree position. And then lift the upper back. Hold here, and I want you to give me 5 reps. So staying in this position, my feet are on the floor, chin tucked. You're gonna reach overhead and then pull wide. Reach up and pull. Good. So it's a shoulder press, but in a prone position, really working through the posterior chain, which is the back of the shoulders. Give me one more. And then gently go ahead and release. And that should feel challenging, and we don't even have any weight in our hands. We're gonna go ahead and do another set like that. So once you're ready, just take a couple breaths, and then we're gonna lift up again. Now your goal is to increase reps and increase sets. So we're gonna do 2 sets of 5 today. Go ahead and reach overhead, lift up, hold, and here we go. 5, reach, 3, last 2, and last 1. Gently come down, nice work. And then end in that kind of recovery position, fingers on your back, and just let your elbows drop towards the floor. This is a great stretch in between your sets. All right, from here, guys, I'm gonna give you one more in this prone position. Just checking our time. 15 minutes goes by so fast. So I want you to go ahead and take both hands out to the front. Thumbs are gonna be up. And we're gonna alternate and lift out and in. Forehead stays on the floor. Come with me when you're ready. And we're just opening up out to the side and back in. So this is more shoulder mobility. And give me 5 reps again on each side. And I want you to picture like you're lifting up and over an object. And then from there, you can take a little break. Meet me on top. I also want you to increase how many reps and sets you can do of that movement as well. For our last minute, go ahead and grab that towel, and I'm gonna give you a 3rd exercise. You got homework. I want you to add this into your routine each week until we do another session. So check it out. We do a lot of forward movements for our shoulders, but we don't do a lot of external movements. So I want you to grab your towel, and you can use a bar as well, but just make sure you have a little tension. Take your hands behind your back, core tight, and we're gonna do a grip where you're underneath, so supinated, abs engaged, chin tucked, and I want you to just lift up and back and hold for a second. So it's hold and down, and you're gonna give me a set of 10. 2, There it is. 3, and we're just lifting back. Give me that slight hold. 4, and you can take your hands a little bit wider if you'd like. Good, wherever you're at, I got 4 more on my end. Up and down. Lift up and down. You should feel a different type of kind of fatigue set in, right? It's a different movement. 1 or 2 more, and then shake it out. All right, guys, so this session, as far as our 15 minutes, is done today, but here's the takeaway. I want you to use those mobility movements as warm-ups, move through those stretches, and then your 3 exercises, and I will put them in the description as well. Prone, shoulder press, prone, arms up and over, and then standing, shoulder extension. Those are your 3 exercises, starting with 2 sets of each, 5 reps on the floor, 10 reps standing, and then increasing from there. If you have any questions at all, you can drop them in the comments because I always come back. If you tag me in it, I see it even quicker. And I will be doing more mobility sessions, and we will come back and do some more intermediate movements after we've practiced these for a while. So mix these into your routine. I'm telling you guys, the hip session we did, the shoulders, we're gonna end up doing more for our ankles. Working on our joints and supporting them with movements is so important to your progress, and it's gonna make all of our other sessions that much better. Speaking of sessions, I will see you guys again on Thursday live, 9 a.m. Pacific time, as always, and thank you guys all for your energy. I love seeing you live, and I love seeing you in the comments on the replay. So until then, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys Thursday.